Welcome to Kitchen Conversations, a series of short films for kinship carers. They're the people who step in to look after children when parents aren't able to. I'll be chatting to staff from Children First and hearing from kinship carers about the issues that matter most to them. In this film, we're talking about the issue of stress and how to deal with it. How stressful do you find being a carer? Does it bring stresses that perhaps you hadn't considered previously?
Absolutely. There's so many things that I never thought of, because you just go, oh, it's a child, and it's a child that's in need of care and a home. You just kind of jump in with 2 feet and off you go, and then you start tackling things as they come along. So it's a bit of a roller coaster, I think.
Well, what's your experience of stress and dealing with stress in the situation?
What I find is quite stressful is telling friends that I've got my grandson staying with me permanently, because then they'll want to know why, and I don't want them making judgments about my daughter. I mean, loads of people have done that already, me probably as well, but I don't want people thinking badly of her, because these are people that maybe quite like her and they don't know the background. So I find that quite stressful, that I'm sort of hiding the reason that he's with me.
There's some friends that I can speak to, so they can be a sounding board. But usually all the advice and the guidance does come from the support workers, the social worker, my kinship support worker. We have weekly meetings which I then save up all my stresses of that week and say, right, okay, they're coming on this day, I'll just offload them, and you just try and hold it together and go, right, my opportunity to offload and get it all off my chest is coming, and they can then maybe give me a lifeline. And this week is a more positive week.
When you're listening to callers on the helpline, are there other areas, other themes that come out that kinship carers find particularly stressful about what they're doing?
I think quite often kinship carers in particular are reluctant to take time for themselves. Parents take time for themselves and go to the gym and socialise with friends, and I think kinship carers, there's an awful lot of guilt associated, and they're reticent to do that. Plus also their network of friends often is, especially with, I'm talking about older kinship carers, there's not always the network of friends at their age group, who are doing what they're doing.
I do try to make time for doing something that's not in it. I'm in the kinship care choir, I'll be plugging for them on a Tuesday morning, and that's fabulous. That's 2 hours of just singing and enjoying myself, and it's a great stress reliever.
Don't have a social life at night. I very rarely go anywhere because I'm too worried to leave the girls with somebody else, because they may not handle the situation the way I would. I know the ins and outs of it all.
We would encourage them, that's, you need to look after yourself. And just baby steps.
Maybe some of what they're going through is not that different to what other people are experiencing looking after children.
In a lot of ways, yeah, that's true. And a certain amount of stress is normal in any family. So it's about, when to worry about and when, to just let things, to let some things go as well. With older kinship carers, we find just the whole social media thing is quite stressful now, having that in their homes, because if they didn't do it, and feeling, you sort of feel a bit left out because you can't participate or you don't understand what it is that they're doing. So things like that as well.
Michelle, would you offer advice on being stressed and making sure that you're not overly?
It is about balance as to, if you were to ask somebody on a scale of 1 to 10 how stressed they feel, 8, 9, 10 is not good. So they need to be addressing that, and it's how they address that. But you have to look at lifestyle, and it's also, sort of saying it's all right to take some time for yourself, and it's all right, because actually you need to.
Do you find that you sometimes need that reassurance in terms of dealing with stress?
Maybe you don't think it's that hard at the time, but for somebody to acknowledge that actually what you're doing is difficult or important or whatever, I think it makes you feel a bit better about things and relieves a lot of the stress,
If you suspect someone really isn't coping very well with stress, what would be the next step in that situation, Michelle? Would you be able to refer people on?
We would take the same approach as with any caller dealing with extreme stress, and we would refer them perhaps to Breathing Space, are a great charity. We would obviously, explore, have they been to their GP and talk to them? Have they talked to anybody else about it? How are they feeling in themselves? You have to gauge how bad this stress is. Yes.
So there is help beyond.
There is help beyond.
The kinship carers.
And kinship carers, any kinship carer who rings the helpline always, without exception, gets offered a call back. So we would always check on that person. And if we felt that ongoing support for the stress was necessary, we would continue that. So we could phone them on a weekly basis and just check, and suggest things and have a think about that and see how that goes. And how about if I ring you at this time next week and we talk about how your week's been and if you've managed to do. And it's just them knowing then that they've got somebody looking out for them as well and offering that support, not just a one-off.
And that's all from the kitchen for now. Remember, help, information and advice for kinship carers is available every day from our helpline. The number is 08000 28 22 33.